All right, coming to you live from some rock quarry in Japan. I'm your host, Rick Grayson, and this
It's
is
probably
Tokusatsu
Iwafune.
House.
Hey, what's up?
Toku House Party.
Sorry, I had to throw it off. I know that's your intro, and I was like, I'm gonna say that shit as soon as he says it. Sorry,
I knew you were gonna say something. Anyway, I'm your host, Rick Grayson. We're on episode 5. This is fucking crazy. Thank you to everyone for 50 subs. It's not a significant amount, but to me that's a lot. So thank you to everyone who's coming in week to week and kind of watching. I've got more shit coming. Unemployed right now, so I got a lot more time working on the content, which is gonna be fucking sick.
It's not unemployed; it's fun employed.
Bro, right? Fun employment, dude. I've been sitting outside smoking weed and watching and filling out job applications. That's been the fucking best. But anyway, so I got J-Brex as usual.
Hey, what's up, man? How you doing?
And then we got our guest today, Dustin, TheNextDecade. Dustin, you've been around for a while, but for a lot of our viewers, you may not. Yeah, you're an old head. You're an old head.
I can't believe I'm being called an old head because it feels like 10 years ago. I was like, wow, look at all these old dudes. And some of the old dudes are still around. They just don't talk as much. I think they're jaded. And not gonna lie, after being around as long as I have, I think I get it now.
Yeah. I called Matt Palmer an old head, and he called me a dick. I called Matt an old head the other day. and he was like, you fucking dick. I'm like, I know, I'm sorry. But for those who may not know you, tell a little bit about yourself, what you do, and your kind of niche in the community.
Okay, so yeah, hi, I'm Dusty. I also go by TheNextDecade online. I started cosplaying back in 2009, 2010. And then over the last few years, I've been getting into showing other people how to make their own tokusatsu prop and costumes. And I still make my own stuff for fun. But most recently, I moved into 3D printing. And now I run a 3D printing service where you can hit me up on my website, thenextdecade.co. And if you send me a 3D model that you want to get printed, I can help you get that printed. This is like a service for people who don't have a 3D printer yet. And if you're interested in getting a 3D printer, go ahead and follow my website because sometimes I get brand new ones at a slight discount. And they're early, new versions of things. Like the most recent one we got is the Elegoo Neptune 3 series.
Yeah.
Those are some fancy machines. I love those things.
Yeah,
We can talk more about those later.
I think that,
sick.
been keeping up, man. And you are setting up a new space, and it looks really detailed back there, man. You got a lot going on.
Oh, yeah, it looks really detailed, but can I be honest with you? This is really, really not even at all. I was I got tape, and I went from one corner to another corner. I was like, yeah, it's good.
Cool.
Then I painted, and then I pulled it away, and I was like, wait a minute, that's not good. But yeah, the office was more so out of not just necessity, but I think it was just time. I had some issues with my house back in 2021. It was absolute dog shit. It's horrible. But I want to say thank you to everybody that did help me back then because of y'all. I was able to keep on track with everything we were going for. So I was able to move all of my work stuff in here, and the minute I was able to move all of my work stuff in here, production and everything picked right back up. And it's all because of the community and also just help from friends and family that love all y'all. Thank you so much for letting me continue to keep doing this because I feel like I never really got a really good foot to get started with all this. And now with everything that's here and what I do and have been doing for the last few months, I think it's only going to get better. And I'm excited.
Yeah, it's only a matter of time.
We have a new suit up coming really soon. And I'm super excited to show you all how to make an Ultraman mask.
Bro, I'm excited for that. Well, I know that recently you just came back from Japan. I've been following your little trip, your trip overseas to see the premiere. That's like the Tokusatsu fans' mecca. Traveling migration to Mecca, going to see the Shin Kamen Rider premiere in cosplay.
No. I didn't go to the premiere in cosplay. I trust me. I would love to have done that, but there's a thing where if you're in Japan and you're cosplaying, you better be at some kind of event. If you're not at an event and you're just out and about, you're gonna have the cops up on you yo, what the hell are you doing? And they're gonna send you home. Yeah, but I did get to wear my suit at a couple things. But don't mind me. I'm just pulling out all my movie tickets. This is just 2 of them. Yeah.
But that must have been such a cathartic feeling though. I just describe. Did it feel like everything? Was it like? It must have been some sort of magical. Felt magical in that sense. Like
it was okay. So like, I think it accumulated to be like a lot of things, all in the one big group of stuff. So I'm tight with some people that are tight with the Onodera family, Shotorichi Nomoru's family, and like I'm close with some of the people that work at Toei and some people at Bandai, and like I've been trying my best to do, just promote the stuff as best I can as a fan without being like, hey, let me send you an invoice. You know what I mean? And building a relationship with these folks, knowing what this series and this specific show means, and then like building the suit, being able to wear it at my wedding, which is like a connection to what Anno and his stuff is, being such a huge fan of him too. Like,
I can talk about Anno.
I can talk about for hours too. Absolutely. But I mean, from there though, it's like, and then taking the accumulation, like how long I've been a fan of this stuff, and then knowing that like, hey, this is going to be on a U.S. theater not too long from now. This is quite possibly the thing that might get people to be like, oh, hey, Kamen Rider is really cool. My whole thing is I've always wanted to see like all these characters from Japan like up alongside all the American superheroes and like all that's like I want to see them all on par with each other, the same kind of level of like enjoyment. Like am I all about crossovers and stuff like that? Maybe. No. Well, the discussions would need to be had, but regardless of that, actually getting to see the movie, being so hyped up for it, being such a huge dork for Kamen Rider, like if you are a hyper fan of Kamen Rider, I don't mean like, I love X8. X8 is my favorite Kamen Rider. I mean like you love Kamen Rider. Like you love the 1971 stuff. You love the manga. You love all like, but just specifically the original Kamen Rider stuff. Like
the philosophy.
If Ichigo and Nigo is your shiz, this movie's gonna like, it's gonna move you in ways you didn't know you could be moved. I came out of the first showing crying, but I need to be completely blunt when I say this. I was crying at the end of the movie. I started crying about 5 minutes in because it was just like, what's happening? What's happening? Oh my God, it's the first episode. Holy shit. And then they start doing little tiny things here and there, and now you started bawling. I couldn't uncontrollably. My wife, if she was here, she'd tell you I was tears the whole time.
Bro, I watched the first 20 minutes of it when they released online. I sat at this desk. My jaw was like shot. And I mean, this is like Hideki Anno. And I've said this, I've been going on about this movie on here, just about the sheer impact this movie is gonna have. It has already had on this community,
but if that's just based off your first 20 minutes, which admittedly the first 20 minutes is very, very solid, y'all are going to be having a week where you're going to be like, you know what I mean? Like it's, there's good stuff in it, but like there's things in there that are going to make you think and make you want to go look at other things. And like, this is where I stand with Shin Kamen Rider.
Yeah, dude,
I love it. It's
they definitely did it.
But I'm terrified of the reaction over here because I've seen some of the reaction over there. And like, it's like one of those things where if you're a hyper fan like me, you're like 2 thumbs up, A+, good movie. You figured it out. That was a Kamen Rider. There's other people that are decisive. Like, where's my form changes? And it's like, yo, how old are you? And then you go look and you see the guy's a 33-year-old dude living in Tohoku Prefecture. And you're like, you're really about this. Oh.
Bro, like they're really, bro,
it's a movie.
They're really, they're really, like they're really like it's. From what I've seen, this is Hideki Anno's. The Shin series is Anno's magnum opus. Forget about Evangelion. Like, yes, that is, but this is what happens when you give.
That's a strong statement.
However big that budget was to a lifelong Tokusatsu fan who happens to have the mind of a fucking like. Super genius.
It's like his. I hate to admit it, but you know that stupid mind blowing gif where it's like the galaxy brain stuff, right?
Yeah.
It's like when you let Anno cook, that's what you get.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know,
it's gonna be fucked up because there hasn't been. I already know that movies. There's gonna be some literary devices in that movie, and it's gonna be like, and you're gonna see so much shit in it. I'm excited. I'm actually going to see it with Matt Palmer.
Cool.
With Matt from Immortal Fox. Yeah, but see, him and I like hang out outside of like community space,
Very cool. Very cool.
So,
I want to come down and chill sometime.
bro, yeah, I'm in Jacksonville, Florida.
I haven't been down to Florida in a real long time, and I know the Toku scene's crazy out there. Y'all got Jim Kelly down there too. He's another one of my cosplay buddies. Shout out to Jim Kelly, Crop Top Saber. Oh, I thought he moved to Florida. I thought he was in Florida for a bit.
I don't.
Oh well. Jim's in the South
right.
alongside us. He's stuck just as much as we are. So hey, if we're misery loves company. So
Yeah.
don't mind me. I'm gonna be making something over here. I just need 2 shots of vodka.
So how is
please do the meme. Damn, I thought you were gonna do the meme.
I did. What the hell? I poured like half of what I had left in here.
But to kind of piggyback,
I'm saving this for a couple days. Yeah.
But to kind of piggyback on to what you said about this being the thing that may bring Kamen Riders big into the States, this very well could be. And I've said this before. What I think that how Kamen Rider is going to come into the States is not how Power Rangers came in, right? It's not because of the anime.
I mean, technically it did, but no one remembers it enough.
No. Well, no.
Hi. Okay, so let's have a quick discussion about Savant's Masked Rider. That show made about $45 in toy sales, and the person that sold those toys was to me. So, hi, I'm the guy that liked Masked Rider, and then
dude, I definitely had some toys.
You guys say Hail Furbies. You guys aren't ready because I haven't seen Rob in a long time, but we have something planned. I'm waiting for a good day for him to come by because we have something that's gonna freak you all the fuck out.
Bro,
that's a teaser if you're paying attention.
Yes. So quick story though, I actually been watching the videos you and Rob put out, the old Zephyr videos. Dude, I used to watch those videos in high school, dude. I used to, you got your guys' videos were the shit that got put me on the Toku. You guys, Dawson Rider, hold on, I gotta show you this gem.
Okay. Give me 2 seconds because I really, really, truly appreciate that you remember this Aaron Zephyr days. And just don't mind me. I'm just grabbing a little bit more vodka before we go into this conversation.
Then look at what I got here because I wanted to.
Dude, I got mine. Yo, I got mine from a Liquidators in 2001 for $17.
Oh my god.
I caught off a belt. I caught off a plastic belt loop. I need to get a new belt for it, but yeah, dude, I got this. I love Masked Rider. I watched it, but I also I'm a simp for Black RX. I just love. I could talk about Black Sun too forever. Black Sun was my fucking shit. Black Sun was people. I heard it was decisive. People, yeah. Black Sun, you got Black Sun though. Black Sun is very.
Oh man. Oh.
That's sexy. That's really sexy, dude.
Prototype, but the antennas they stay and you can flick them. Yeah. But
Black Sun was such a good show too, because it was I'm surprised it went through. That move, it came right around the time of the Shinzo Abe issue.
Yeah, I still remember waking up that morning and just being like, hey, today's a really cool looking day. Let's go outside. Let's go check Twitter. And Twitter's like, Shinzo Abe assassinated. I'm like, you fucking what?
Yeah, that's
and then
right.
A lot of stuff that came out about him after was really fucking surprising.
Yeah.
And it really changed some of my perspective on how things are going over in Japan. So I started trying to pay attention to their politics a little bit more, and I just realized, man, I really should just sip the sake and just shut up and mind my own fucking business like they usually tell me to.
I see. I'm also just a sucker for old school SFX style Toku, not I'm talking Wayne Brothers Guyver, Hokkaido, that live action, that is my bread and butter area. So I really appreciated Black Sun for that reason. That's
flexing a little bit. That's my Shin Kamen Rider Tumblr. Keeps your drinks cool and kicks you in the face.
Bro, I love that shit. And dude, that old school practical effects part of Black Sun was fucking.
it was nice to see that because like that's what I love about practical effects and CG, especially now like how things are going with CG, is that when you go as much practical as possible and only use CG when you really, really need to, like it's a tool, it's not a crutch, but there's a lot of times where it's like you know how people are really tired of like the nanotech stuff in like Marvel movies?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's a prime example of it. People want something tangible. Like, don't get me wrong, CG is really, really cool, but like, fuck actor comfort. Put that motherfucker in a helmet, make him learn how to emote and I don't know, fucking act without the thing on. Like, I mean, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be like Guardians of the Galaxy coming out in a couple days.
Get
but
in
like,
your bag.
How often does that
it's
dude
out
put on
now.
his mask?
But
see, that's how much I don't give a
dude.
shit, though. Like,
let's talk about it, though. Ryder was at his finest when it was practical. And early Heisei, it was in this bag tremendously.
Well, after you guys see Shin Kamen Rider, I think you're gonna see like that's the thing. It's like the CG isn't like of the most like uppermost high tier quality. It's like it's just enough to where you understand what's going on.
No,
and it's like
again,
it's good.
Because again, it's Hideki Anno. It's Hideki, and you have to think about it. This isn't just a big name, like Tokyo like big movie bigwig who's doing it. No, this is Hideki Anno doing it. Like this is
an actual fan.
This is like a fan since the beginning of the genre, and like I mean like obviously you've seen it, Dustin. So and I know you're trying to avoid spoilers, but like this is I mean like I trust his vision. I trust what he's doing. There's always a method to his madness, which I've learned from watching Anno stuff too. Like everything he does leads up to a master plan in a kind of one big vision, and like I think it's something that like especially if you watch Evangelion series 2, you need to know that, okay, this is Hideki Anno, like and this is also him doing a tokusatsu movie, so it's like just trust him, let him cook, let dude cook for a second.
I mean,
so Dustin, can I ask you a question?
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Sorry. So I want to know, what was your earliest introduction to Kamen Rider outside of Mask Rider? Like, when did you discover it's like Japanese like foundation? Like, when did you discover Tokyo outside of what you got in America?
Okay, so like it's like a two-part answer. So the first part is that after my folks realized like, oh wow, he's really into these dudes in rubber suits and monsters. We lived in Seattle at the time, so there's a bunch of like Asian markets and like VHS.
Cool.
Different stuff laying around.
Yeah.
So like I mean, like for some reason, I was getting stuff like Gridman, but at the time I was getting Gridman on like VHS. Superhuman Samurai Cyber Squad was on TV, so my like 4 or 5 year old brain is like, what?
Fried.
But But I would always gravitate more towards the Japanese videos than I would the American stuff after a while. So around 2000, early 2001, we moved to North Carolina from Washington. So it's like a whole cross-country move.
Yeah.
And then fell off of Power Rangers right around right after Ninja Storm, I think, or Dino Thunder, something like that.
Yeah.
Anyways, I remember the Dino Thunder episode having the Super Sentai thing, not really thinking much of it. I was just like, oh, hey, they take the American show and recut the footage and put it over in Japan. That's really neat. Never said I was a smart kid. Anyways, so a couple years later, I heard that Power Rangers was ending, and I like had no idea what RPM was, so I checked it out, and then I realized, oh, hey, Go Andre. So I started looking at Go Andre near the end half of Go Andre, and I was like, oh, this is really cool. Commercials for Samurai Shintai Shinkenger come up, and I'm like, oh, samurai stuff? That's cool. I completely forgot about it for like 2 or 3 months. And then like I come back and there's like a whole string of episodes, a whole bunch of other shows going at the same time. But I'm in my high school English class. We have time to sit around and just play on our computers, so I am. And I found the first episode of Shinkenger, and I damn near threw the laptop out the window. I was like, this is so fucking cool. And people are just like, oh, he's losing his mind over Power Rangers for like the last like semester of school. But in there, I found...
That's how it be.
In there, I found Masked Rider. Specifically, Decade was airing at the time, and I was just like, "Oh, this is really cool." But here's where it all starts to feed together and click, and starts to make a lot more of all this make sense. Okay, so Decade's main theme is printing, or photography or printing photos, right? And his theme is like also barcodes. When you print barcodes and things like that on paper, it's all CMYK or cyan, magenta, yellow, black. And I was a printing and graphics student at the same time. I actually was taking AP courses for printing and graphics in high school. So like when all my friends were taking like AP English and all this stuff, my ass was taking AP do arts and crafts on computer. And so like I was like, whoa, this dude's like magenta, white, and black. Like, dude, that's so hard. He's like a barcode. His belt reads barcodes. Fuck, this is gonna be my personality because I'm 17. And we get up to the episode with Black and Black RX, and then like I had like a little core memory unlock, and I'm like, oh my god, Saban's Masked Rider, and then I'm seeing like other characters popping up where I'm like, well, we're right around the time that Decade started introducing Showa Riders is when I was like, holy fucking shit, because I remember the videotapes from when I was a kid. And here we are, and now I do 3D printing instead of 2D printing, and we're working on getting a machine that can do cyan, magenta, yellow, and black. Oh, actually, you guys want to see a preview of the machine? Because we haven't started building it yet, but we have the extrusions, the metal parts. Y'all are going to love this. Okay. So these are the extrusions for what's going to be a Voron 2.4. It's a very fancy, kind of fucking expensive printer. So those are magenta. They're shiny magenta, and my favorite part is that they pretty much match up with the wall behind me. Like, almost looks like it disappears. Isn't that neat? Mm-hmm. I'm so happy. Yeah. But yeah, that's how I got into it for the most part, is that. But around the same time, I was also trying to learn like how to make props and costumes and stuff. Mm-hmm. And that's everything just intertwined. So
yeah, that's how I've been wanting to learn how to do that. Like it's been just something I've wanted to learn. I've always wanted the Quasar Saber. That's the first thing I told myself, bro. I've always wanted a Quasar Saber. Like
I had the toy as a kid, and I want to make another one really bad, but I want to be able to do all the same stuff, you know. But fold out the extension.
Yeah. Bro, that would be like a cool ass project. I want.
Yo, you see the vision. You see the vision. That's what I like. I want to ask this.
Oh no, I was gonna say, like you have the potential to make cosplay more accessible for the community, and
it's not just making cosplay more accessible. Like my goal overall is just making 3D printing accessible to making things that feel like you don't have access to it. You will have access to it in some way. Because I figured it out. It wasn't easy, but like that's why I do things like Suit Up. It's because what I'm doing with Suit Up is I'm giving you foundation skills for like EVA foam and stuff like that, and I'm giving you patterns that usually you'd have to go out, go hunt for yourself, and then scale it the right way, and then like do all this 3D modeling work sometimes in order to get this look right, and then like you have nobody guiding you, like Suit Up. But I'm hoping to make it a way to where it's like by the time I'm done with that series, you can be almost caught up to exactly where I am at the same time.
So Dustin, right now, your main goal is to basically revolutionize cosplaying, basically. Is that what your main mission is?
I wouldn't say it's revolutionize cosplay. I would say it's to just make it easier to cosplay Kamen Rider because it was so hard to do when I was a kid, and it's still kind of hard to do now.
Yeah,
I want to see other bugmen running around.
But that's
I'm tired of being one of the only ones. Well, at least the only ones over here. I can't take credit for being one of the first Rider cosplayers here.
Bro,
actually,
the guys in Japan
this is crazy.
go stupid.
Dude, the guys in Japan go crazy, but there's a dude whose name is Barry, and he actually used to do stunts for his Kamen Rider Super 1, and he got his own suit for it. And he's also friends with the August Rangone dude. Both of them together, they filmed, I don't know if this was the late 80s or the early 90s, but they filmed their own Kamen Rider fan film in LA, or it was Southern California, I think. And
we gotta find
I already have it.
Oh.
I don't want to like post it up without being like, hey, August, is it cool if I share this again?
No, so we gotta talk about that. Maybe so talk to them, maybe get them on. Yeah, that would be cool.
I mean, I have no idea who the first Kamen Rider cosplayer was in America, but if I had to guess, I would say it's Barry. Now, in terms of like making it easy and accessible to everybody, I don't know anybody that's been trying to like really make easy accessible. The one that was doing it before was Aniki, and like that's a name that when you throw it around, you either get people that are like really, really satisfied or people who are super fucking dissatisfied. And not gonna lie, tokusatsu props and costume is not an easy job, and it's also like a huge learning curve.
No,
so
it's
like
super hard. It's super expensive.
Yeah.
There's a lot to it. Like you
And,
can't
like,
say, "Oh, yo, I want to cosplay as Hibiki by like next fall." Like you could say that.
Garo.
It's gonna be like a 2-year project. Garo will be, dude. If someone
Garo would be
me,
harder, but it's becoming much more feasible now with 3D printing. There's a bunch of people who are currently doing electroplating on 3D prints. So like all they do is they smooth out their print as smooth as they could possibly get it with like acetone or whatever, and then they drop them into this bucket that has this specific fluid and these 2 copper panels on either side. And they just shock it at a specific voltage for long enough, and they pull the thing out, and the fucking thing's chromed.
What?
Yeah,
I want a. Now I really want to do a Metal Hero Gabon shit.
dude.
Like,
Okay, so like that's what I want to do that, but here's my problem: is I have to keep up with orders. I still have crazy stuff going on at home. I'm also in the middle of trying to find a new place, so then like I could be like, okay, cool, I'm all separated from all that stuff. I got more free time, but I also need more hands and more help. I want to be able to make more projects, but like, I need like an additional editor, and I need like maybe an additional pair of hands here because my wife, she works too. She wants to be able to help me. She does help me on her off time, but I also don't want her taking all her off time to help me. So like,
so you don't have a team?
I don't have a team. I've been doing all this stuff mostly solo. Like Katie, she's been like my biggest support, and I love her to death. There's a reason why we got married. So like,
bro, it's not for you. Bro, it's time for you to put together your team of 5, man.
I mean, like, I've been trying to put together a team for years, but the problem is that like, now community, don't take this wrong when I say this, but that's my Captain Asshole voice. That's usually what I say before I say something like an asshole. I've tried to work with a bunch of different people over the years, and like sometimes it's always either stupid drama or a little bickering and bitching, or like people not having the same idea. And like I want to work with people, but I want people that also can trust that like I have an idea. I just want you to like follow through with what I need help with, you know?
Yeah.
And like
that's what
I've worked with other
here.
groups, and I love the other groups that I've worked with for when we did work together. But like now that we've all since parted, and I'm still doing stuff mostly by myself or with just Katie, it's a bummer. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like for a while there, I wasn't talking to anybody. Like even doing this was like ooh, should I do it? But I decided, fuck it. I haven't talked to anybody in a long time. And if it's supposed to be like a more chill or sitting at the bar kind of thing, I'm already drinking. I'm talking, but I'm just also gonna watch my mouth because you know I could be a shithead. I'm gonna take a sip.
I mean, listen.
Listen.
I mean, listen. We're not gonna judge you off that, though. I mean, just be real as you can. But like, if you get out of line, don't worry, bro. We'll let you know. But that's not really the point. We want you to express your vision as clearly as possible, and we want to have insight to it. You know, like it's not. Yeah, and you're talking your shit, and you're definitely not only educating me, but you're letting me know that like the grind for cosplay is real. Like I knew it was always gonna be a hassle, but like talking to you, I'm like, bro, I could have never done this. I could have never done this.
And it's always a challenge, and that's why I like doing cosplay. Is like you're always going to do something new each time. Like my goal with each cosplay that I do is to do something new that I haven't tried before. So like that Ichigo project was everything that was supposed to be like EVA foam or like hard parts that I usually would do with foam. I was like, no, fuck that. We're going full plastic on this. I want to be able to 3D print all this.
Which looks.
Oh my god! Hey, we had another print just finished. 2 seconds. I gotta get this off the gold plate. Hey,
what do you got?
It's a chess piece, and then another chess piece from earlier. Yeah, we'll talk about. I'll show you. I'll do a demonstration of the support removal. This thing actually kind of looks like junk, so I might not give this to the customer. One of my printers had a boo-boo day, so I'm trying to fix it. All right.
So are you keeping up to date with current Kamen Rider? Have you heard about the new Fi shit they're doing? Yeah.
So my wife and I have been trying to figure out what I want to do next because we know we want to make a Shin Kamen Rider Nego at some point.
Yeah.
Mostly because then she can wear something, and then I want to try to do my best to make every version of the rider that's seen in that movie. But I've been wanting to make something else alongside it. Initially, I thought, okay, I'll do demons or something like that, right? After that new Fi suit popped out, I was instantly like, that's it. That's the one. Because the one thing I haven't really done yet is LEDs.
Ooh.
And I haven't made something that does like a full chess piece yet. And I have printers large enough to where I could make some large chess pieces, but I'm also still somebody that's like, yo, comfort, right? So I think what I was gonna go for is, why don't I go for my first costume with LED lights or EL wire, right? And then make it my first combination of EVA foam and 3D printed parts.
You know who you gotta get to paint. You know who you gotta get to paint for you. You gotta get Joel to paint for you. You gotta get Joel to paint for you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, dude, hit him up. Hit him up. You know who Joel is, right? Stone. He did.
Shout out to the chat. How are you doing today?
There's a chat. Oh my God, no! Where's the chat? I want to see the chat. I want to type. I want to type in the chat.
I don't know if you can type, but like, if you go, yes. Sorry guys, I just want to say hi. You guys are. I think you guys have been listening more than posting. Though, wanted to let you know. Sorry.
But bro, like, I don't know, man. You're always posting some cool shit though. The work you're doing is fucking awesome. Like, I wish I could do that. Thank you very much. Like,
and that's why I'm here. I want to help people learn how to do this stuff, because it's not just playing around for cosplay. It's for art kind of stuff, but these skills can be translated to actual jobs. I used to work for a Fortune 500 3D printing company. Yeah, and then, like, don't get me wrong, it's just like, if we're working with 3D printed materials that are going to be going into like space or somebody's body, I think we should have a little bit more respect and not party all day at work, if you know what I'm talking about. So I
Kamen Rider's gonna happen by 2035. We're gonna have riders running around by 2035.
Dude, I was working on like parts that were like pieces that would connect compound fractures back together that would dissolve over time in somebody's body. Yeah, and like 3D printed rubber parts. Like, it was a really cool job, but some of the dudes that were higher management were not higher management, but just guys like right above me. Fucking shitheads. I'm sorry. And so you gotta have a little bit of respect of what you're working on, and like I said, like, if we're just working BK and you want to go party out in your car every couple hours, like, I'm not gonna complain. But if we're literally working on parts that are gonna be going in, I don't know, a kid's skull, maybe we should fucking care. You know what I mean?
Dude, you're not wrong, but unfortunately, especially like in those jobs positions, you have a lot of people who just want that check, and that's it.
Facts, absolute facts. No, I completely agree. It sucks being I guess it's what I get for being a woke moralist. Ooh.
I mean, dude, it's kind of a pain though, but it's not just there. It's like in all aspects, and we talk about this all the time. Like, I feel like on this particular chat party, whatever you want to call it, we tend to like have like this like quick little 30-second, hey man, don't be a dickhead, punch Nazis, etc. Yeah. In the spirit of OG Kamen Rider, we punch Nazis every day. You know what I mean? Yeah. So just in the accent. So
it's not even that. It's just like, okay. When it comes to like the stuff you're working on, I always want to have like a lot of respect for what I'm trying to do. You know, especially in like big jobs like that. So like, yeah, but like 3D printing, like doing jobs like that led me back to doing this stuff again, because it ground me down to realizing like, this isn't the stuff I want to be doing all day. Like, if I'm going to be doing this stuff all day, I want to have some better control over what can and can't be done. And like, these motherfuckers are trying to quote me for $1,315 for a Shin Kamen Rider helmet that I was able to produce for myself for not even a tenth of that. So like, fuck this. I'm out. I just got my last paycheck and bought like 4 printers and like waddled my ass out of there.
Just like I said, man, it's do it your own forever, bro. In terms of DIY, that's what makes communities grow, and I feel like Toku has that, and we need to just bring people together.
Toku has a very DIY aspect to it in itself too. It's a very DIY genre.
The 80s showed that officially.
Yeah, the community is a very DIY community, which is one of the core pillars of like Toku. I think is like it's a very DIY genre. Like, this whole genre is really just built around DIY.
And like again, like I was saying earlier, it's that the skills that you build up through doing cosplay, or even like model making or painting or making your own art, that all that stuff can translate to something outside of your fandom stuff. But one of the big reasons why I still cosplay, and one of the reasons why I love cosplay, is like, y'all go to events like conventions. I'm still listening, like that, right?
I'll be right back.
I actually don't, but continue.
But like, for the sake of argument, like I go to conventions, and usually when I go, you run into some people that like, they don't just like the thing they're there about; they love the thing they're there about. And like I
Yes, they
like
have
those
that
people a lot
passion
more.
that
Yeah.
makes you so inspired. You go, holy shit, you love this. I'm inspired that you love this. You know, like you love meeting
Right.
things like. Yeah.
And that kind of like genuine love can inspire like bigger collaboration. And like nothing makes
Yes.
me happier than being able to go to an event, meet somebody who's like, yo, I love this. How do I do this? And you just give them like just the basic tools to help them get started doing their own thing. You run into them at another event and there they are with their own outfit, doing that same thing with somebody else. And then they see you and they come over and they thank you for all the help that you did. Right. And then bam, you got two riders standing there. And it's like, I want to help more people be able to make all this, but also continue going forward and making better props and costumes and helping each other.
Yeah.
Make a community where we're not strangling each other over like some stupid thing we said about some show, but instead it's like trying to help each other because, hey, yo, bro, your bicep parts are hanging down a little bit low. Did you know if you put this elastic strap right here, they won't hang down like that? Yo, here, let me drop everything, pull out my cosplay kit, and help you do that like right now. Which
That's
happened before at conventions here with me and a couple other folks, but like I just got back from Japan. I had my first cosplay experience out in Japan with my buddy Taro, who's super cool dude. He's a designer, and him and then another guy I follow called Rare. They saw one of the magnets fly out of my helmet, and they dropped everything to help me like get that repaired and fixed up. And
that's so cool. Now, one thing I will say is that like in Japan, man, like I have a bunch of homies that are mostly situated in like Harajuku with like fashion and stuff like that though. And like you know what? And like, yeah, bro, they'll take the time to show you things, explain things to you, and you know, like that love is really important, especially, you know? Like that sense of community is important. And just like you said, like that being like a cosplay situation, your magnet flies out, hey bro, I got you. Give me like 10 minutes. That's super cool. That's what you want in every situation, but it's hard. You know?
Yeah, it is hard, and then like there's, I think it just comes also down to like a little bit of just like overall like community maturity, and that's the one thing that's tough with the tokusatsu community is that it's just as much as you feel like it's getting older every single year because you've been around for so long. You got to remember, it's been around longer than you, and it gets younger just the same time as it gets just as older because it's getting closer to the demographics, which is fine.
Every week, dude, I recognize a kid on my timeline. Hey, man, I was born in like 2003, and I go, holy shit,
bro! I'm like, you're as old as my little brother.
Exactly, but
I was 12 when they were born. What the fuck?
It's kind of wild. Yeah. So I have a question. Wait, do you want to go, Grace? No, dude, Grace can go.
No, dude. So, have you? I mean, I asked everyone this. Are you into like any other shit besides Toku, like Mecha or any other little subgenre?
Yeah. Okay. So, I love Mecha. It just really depends on like what show we're talking about. Like, oh yeah, I can always fuck with some Getter Robot. I like Mazinger Z a little bit more.
Yeah,
I just built one last week.
That's respect. That's respect. See, I'm playing Super Robot Wars right now on my
dope
deck. Bro, I see. I'm a Getter guy. I don't know. I've always resonated with Getter a little bit more, but like, I love old school like Nagai, Ishikawa style shit. Like, because have you seen the live action?
Mark, you're like 25. Before? Relax.
The live action what?
Bro.
Mark, you're like 25. Relax. Sorry, I'm reading the comics.
Oh. Bro,
I still can't see anything. Bro, yeah, but like what show? What live action? What?
The live action Devilman.
Oh no, I haven't seen that one yet. I gotta check that one out.
Bro,
I got called the grandfather to content creators.
Go take after this stream. Go on your TV, iPad, whatever you got. Hit your pen. Go download Tubi, and like.
Wait, it's on Tubi.
Yeah.
Oh no!
Oh no, it's already done. I got it right now. Taking care of that.
Yo, we're about to do that. I'm about to watch it right after. That's crazy,
bro.
Yeah.
Make sure it's just the dub. Make sure it's just the dub.
Oh, bro,
dub?
you're laughing for hours, probably. It's gonna be great.
Well, you're talking about the Devilman anime dub?
No,
or you're talking about the live action? Okay.
no,
Dude, there's a
live
Devilman
action.
anime that came out like back in the day. It's like an OVA dub. It is
Yeah.
one of the funniest, most terrible dubs ever.
Yo.
It's up there with Ghost Stories. It's fucking
Yes,
hysterical.
but the soundtrack is amazing, and that's the crux. That soundtrack is amazing.
So
Oh my God.
in terms of like other stuff I like mecha wise, like G Gundam's my favorite Gundam.
Yeah.
So if that says anything
Yeah.
about me and Gundam,
Doma.
there you go.
Doma.
Mhm.
Yeah, bro. I'm playing. I have. They're actually in the Super Robot Wars game I'm playing right now. So I'm playing. My team is like Ryoma, the Getter team.
Got it. Cool.
And Doma and the whole fucking G Gundam squad. So I have a Burning Gundam fucking max, Burning and Shining Gundam fucking maxed out to a fucking. This is crazy.
Outside of like that kind of stuff, if we go look over at like video games, I love Metroid and like Super Metroid's like my favorite video game series. My second favorite I think would probably be like Resident Evil. I love the Resident Evil series. I understand when I see a stinker, and that game series definitely has some, but I don't care that much. I'm also a big Halo guy. Me and my wife actually play Infinite every once in a while. She and I have been talking about getting back into playing Halo Infinite again here soon. There was a new update. We were so excited to like throw our credit cards for those new battle passes, and then it ended up being like really shit, and all our settings got fucked up, and we're like, see you in like 6 months.
So shout out to you actually, because one thing that is really cool now, we have a lot of like Toku guys that are like dads or married and like actually have lives outside of the fandom, and we want to teach the younger guys about that too. And so shout out to you and your partner.
Oh God! All right, so. I'm not okay. Look, I'm not fond of kicking somebody when they're down, and I don't think they'll ever see this. But knowing how like people are when they see me online, they go run off to go tell somebody else. I want to say something since I heard that. Somebody accused me of making my whole personality Kamen Rider, and I'll be completely real. Kamen Rider is my favorite thing. I love that shit to death. I really, really do love it. But like, if you honestly think that's the only thing in my fucking life, like you're a bigger idiot than I thought. But again, I don't usually like kicking people when they're down. Anyways,
that's fair. That's
fair. No. So that's why I said, we love to talk to the Toku dads and the guys.
Like, there's other stuff out there. Like, absolutely other stuff out there, and it's fine.
You kind of have to let them know, like, hey, bro, it's okay to like also go to the gym and maybe play badminton or some weird shit.
Bro, like I go to the gym. I go to the gym. Hold on. I got my Pai Schwa tattoo right here. Look at this.
There you go.
Good show.
Yeah.
Good show.
I got this shit at Ranger Stop. And
I gotta get a tattoo already. I want one.
Wait, do you have a rider tattoo?
Not yet. I've been thinking about getting one, but like I want to be smart about it, right?
Don't think do it.
Get it.
Don't
get it
think
in
do
traditional.
it.
You gotta get it in traditional. Because listen, you gotta find the right artist to do it too. Because
yes, you are right about that. Yeah.
Because make sure they do traditional, because like make sure it's like traditional. Because writers, that's what I want to do. Is I want to get the whole dream is to get all Toku tattoos, a couple getter ones, whatever. Like that's the kind of the fucking vision.
I want to get a tattoo really bad, but ever since visiting Japan, dude, the onsen.
Ooh.
It's almost enough to make you not want to get a tattoo because it's just so fucking relaxing. And you don't want to get weird looks. And like, there are some places where they ain't got a problem if you have a tattoo, but like, man.
You are.
I want a tattoo really bad, but dude, the onsens out there in Japan, holy shit, my guy, you haven't lived until you've relaxed. Onsen's a public bath or like a relaxation spot. So like, you like walk in and it's like you're hanging dong with like 50 other Japanese dudes in like this really, really hot tub. And like the further you go into it, the hotter it gets. And then like there's other parts of it that are like super cold, but like. You step out, and sometimes you'll be at ones where they give you like milk. So like as soon as you get done, you slam the milk, and then you sit, you chill, and you're like, you cock up for a few minutes. And then sometimes they got like sake, and sometimes they got full like course meals, and then like you sleep in like a hammock, and like it's like think about like the most relaxing day. Like How much would you pay under $100 for the most relaxing 3 hours of your life? Like, I'm just curious.
Six-
How much would
I'll
you?
do 60.
What?
60 or 40.
60 to 40? What if I told you you
60,
could have
dude.
all that for about $20 if you were going to the right place?
Yo, you telling me I can hang dong, drink milk, and then
Yeah, go hang dong.
That's awesome. That's sick. That's sick.
Okay, so like if you want like a visual aid of what like a basic kind of like onsen is, have you ever seen the series Blue Blazes by chance?
Yes.
Okay, so like you know that scene where Anno's trying to recreate that thing from Return of Ultraman with like King Joe and he's like in the water splashing around?
Yeah.
That's an
Yeah.
onsen. That's like a traditional kind of style onsen. Not traditional, but like the modern traditional. There's other ones where it's like you're in like a
Turkish
legit hot
bathhouse.
spring, like that's the hot spring episode at your favorite anime. There's some that are just
Yeah.
like that shit. Those are
like,
like
we've
at
all seen
Ryokan
it.
usually, but like I've done both, and like I don't care, man. Both of them are really, really, really relaxing. It's just like you get really good shampoo. You just sit on a bucket, you wash yourself off real quick, you go hop in the tub, you sit there and kind of like just melt away, and you just try to ignore the fact that you're staring in the same direction as this old dude that's about to take a step into the water. So you're like straight eye level with just like it's there, but you're like trying to act like it's not there, and you're just like, yo,
So-
what the fuck? I thought this place was pixelated.
We have those in New York, but they're
Yeah,
Russian.
Turkish.
And, oh man,
Yeah. Oh yeah. The Russian. Yeah. Oh yeah. Bro, you're going to hang dog. All you're doing is hanging dog with a bunch of old Russian dudes, and like
Dude,
some of these are unisex too. Some of these are unisex. So some girls just go walk in and seeing a bunch of horny old Russian dudes just hanging fucking dog, and like it's fucking crazy. It's fucking crazy. It's
Yeah.
just legal. It's crazy, but it's apparently one of the most relaxing things in the world.
dude,
So-
there's like a lot of like nice spas, but I'm sorry, I'm gonna let you go. Sorry.
No,
Go ahead.
all I was gonna say was just like it's just you talking just reminded me of this old guy I met in one of the first onsen I went to, and like,
Oh my god.
he's like 2 beers in, so like I'm just like letting him talk, and he speaks pretty decent English, so we're having a nice conversation, and out of nowhere he's like, "Did everyone stare?" And I'm like, "What the fuck did you just say to me?" And he goes, "Did everyone stare when you walked past?" And I'm like, I mean, yeah, but like I'm a 6'5" white guy in the middle of like Ibaraki. I'm pretty sure this isn't my turf. So they're probably like, where the fuck do you come from? And he goes, oh, all I was going to say was, don't build up your ego. Sometimes we just think you're weird for not having turtlenecks like us. And I'm like, what the fuck are you saying? And my
That was so
girlfriend, now
good.
wife, finally comes out of the women's like part of the thing so we can go chill. And I'm like, it's been a pleasure meeting you. Yo, here's like 500 yen. Go get yourself another beer. You take care. I told Katie what happened, and she's just like, "What the
They
fuck?"
targeted
And I'm
you?
like,
They targeted
that
you for
said-
not for being on
for that shit.
That's nuts.
But and I'm like befuddled, right? And like explaining this to my wife, and she's just like, "Yeah, I didn't have that experience all." And I was like, "What was your experience?" And she's like, "Everyone was just kind of like quiet." But then when everyone was in the hot tub, everyone tried to talk to me, but we were all just being like really pleasant, and they liked my hair, and like we talked about different hair things, and because that's all I know to talk about out there is hair apparently. And I'm like, that's great. This guy's talking to me about like something I had no control about when I was like a literal infant. And
Yo, bro, where's your
not to
hood?
get my ego lit, like
Yo,
what
bro,
the
where's
like
your-
is
Yo, bro, where's your hood?
like I love Japan, but like the few people that did come out to talk to me were either really, really, really absolutely effing cool or bizarre as fuck like that guy. So shout
That
out to
still is
whoever you
something-
are, random dude that told me not to have a big ego about shut up.
That's actually classic for me, and like I hope I get to experience something like that. But see, I'm a big black guy, so it's always hilarious.
Oh, dude.
I get rapped to on a regular basis. You're not worried. I get rapped to on a regular basis. I was at a bar last week, and I had like this Irish girl like rap like a full Eminem like verse to me, and I go, what
Oh,
the
shit.
fuck? I don't know what to say. Dude, I've never had a white woman rap to me Eminem in my life until this point. I was just like, dude, what do I do?
Dude, I mean, I feel really awkward for you because it's like I'm not sure. Like, if I was that guy, the first thing out of my mouth would have been like, "Hey, yo, you're rapping a white guy."
Bro, she was spitting though. I couldn't not, bro. She was.
I mean, like,
He said-
respect, but like, I'm not trying to be that dude. But like, let's be real. Eminem ain't that much different than Elvis if we're talking about the whole music scene. So like,
Not true, but it was
Yeah.
so hilarious, bro. Because like she was like really into it, like hand gestures, and I was like, you know what? I gotta let her rock. She's cooking. I gotta let this go. 'Cause-
I mean,
those
you'd be surprised. Like, rap has gotten so damn popular over there.
Oh yeah, dude. Like
Really,
I'm
really
really big
popular.
into Jap. Yeah, I'm really big
J-rap.
into Japanese hip hop, Korean hip hop.
Bro,
Yeah, like
Dude, fucking
yeah, I
Miyachi.
talk about that for an hour. Oh yeah,
Fucking
dude. He's
love
actually really
Miyachi.
good, though.
I have.
Yeah, no, I know.
I have
Yeah, he's
friends
actually really
who are-
cool.
So I have friends who are in the music scene out, like who are music scenes, who are touring bands. Some of them travel overseas, and they play a bunch of like hardcore shows in Japan. There's like a huge
Yo,
hardcore community in Japan.
Punk
And-
in Japan.
Yeah, hardcore in Japan is
Ooh.
fucking crazy. I see hate 556. I forgot the fucking name. I'm stoned. He did he goes around and he records like shows. So I saw this was some video, some mosh compilation from some show in Japan, bro. Those kids get down, and I was
Dude.
like, it's on my bucket list of places to go to when I go over there with my friend. Like I want to do a boys trip to fucking Japan, and like I want to go there. I want to go to a Japanese hardcore show and go pit it with those kids. Those shits are fun.
Yo,
Stone Bows in the
I've been
pit.
to a couple of like live Japanese shows, and yeah, you're not kidding, man. They do bump around. It's crazy. And the craziest part is too, it's like imagine the whole room's the mosh pit. That's essentially what it is. Because like you think these stages are huge, they're not. They're tiny as hell. So like you're in a room with a stage, and like the best part is when you see somebody get thrown over onto the stage, and then they jump back over, and then the stage is so small, like that they're literally getting tossed back, like further back than they got tossed the first time.
Well, the cool thing about Japanese like J-punk and like that whole hardcore scene over there too, is because a lot of those bands are really politically rooted and like because they're all facing the same issues we have over here too, man. Like LGBT, coming out, like all that shit, dude. And you have to think about it too. We don't know, like, from what I see, Japan is a fairly conservative country. Like
It's pretty still very conservative, dude. Like you got you still have people over there that are fighting for just basic shit like, yo, if I get divorced from my wife, can I still be able to see my kids?
Yeah.
Because like only one person gets custody, there's no visitation. So like a person, if they like, yo, fuck that person, they don't have to let them go see mom or dad if they don't want them to.
Yeah, bro. It's Japan is a beautiful place, but politics and politically standing, like it's a lot going on there, dude. Like there, even as far as nationalism goes, it can be like really scary too.
Yeah.
Like there's a couple of like my favorite rappers that are like extreme nationalists, and I'm like, dude, but yeah. So I totally get that. But yeah,
super nationalist because Japan came up with rap.
Yeah. It's super wild. Like I'll never forget. There's a song by a rapper named Zebra, and he makes a reference to 9/11, and it gets pretty intense, and then it goes back to swinging into like Nagasaki and Hiroshima. And I remember hearing
You ever
this
seen Grave of the Fireflies?
Oh, dude, I'm trying to get a crime in the middle of the club.
Oh,
bro, I saw that in high school. I watched that in fucking high school.
But also too, like a lot of people tend to romanticize places and they shouldn't. And I think Japan is the most romanticized country in the world next to America.
Yeah, and like, I made this comment a couple days ago, or a little bit before I left, about how like I was really upset about coming back because like I knew the minute I get back, all I'd be hearing is all this political bullshit. I've been hearing guns getting shot around my neighborhood. I'd be seeing stupid shit all the damn time. Like I live off a major road in Raleigh, and like unfortunately, it's just one where it's like one of those spots where people like to drop off cars that they smashed up and stole, or
nice,
whatever.
Nice.
Right? It's like it's a bummer spot, but like on top of that too, high fructose corn syrup is like everywhere out here, and that shit makes me violently ill. Like I'm talking about really bad sick.
Yeah, dude, I'm off that shit, dude. I lost like 100 pounds.
Yeah, I haven't seen your progression, dog. Keep that up, man. The only difference is that I'm a fat ass and I kept with soda,
Bro,
so like sugars are really bitch of a replacement. But
so,
hey, it is.
Oh, you still think
want to know my motivation was actually cosplay to lose the weight. Was actually to cosplay. And if I told myself that I made a little vow to myself. I said if I'm gonna cosplay, I'm gonna be the most built motherfucker in that fucking room. and I'm gonna be a fucking that's the fucking plan. Once I get
If
money,
you need any custom-sized things to fit around your ridiculously swole bod, you can always hit up, I don't know, maybe Dustin at the Next Decade CO to make those parts for you. Hey.
Does Dolly Parton sleep on her back? Of course I will. Of course I will. Yeah, dude, like.
But like I was mentioning before, it's like, oh shit, I lost my train of thought because I got so excited about like what am I gonna make for you.
Do you have any questions for us? That's new. Let's ask that. Do you have
yeah, actually, let's go that way. How about this? What's like your dream cosplay, each of you, and maybe I can give you some advice to start working towards that, because that might be able to help our listener as well.
That's
what's a dream cosplay, boys? Let me know. And then hey, in the chat, if you got one too, maybe I'll be able to help somebody in the chat.
Okay, Saint Seiya, Sagittarius cloth. Just like
man, that's a little bit different. Okay, so what I would recommend for you, oh gosh, okay, so EVA foam would be the cheapest way to go about this, and EVA foam is one of those kind of materials where if you really know what you're doing with it, you could paint it so well that you would never be able to tell it's not EVA foam, or never be able to tell that it is EVA foam. So there's that route, but if you're wanting to go for like a full like actually armored kind of thing, 3D printing. Because like 3D prints, depending on how well you print them, how much you smooth them out, they also can look like they might be metal. But if you smack them into each other, they won't bend and flex. Okay, I'm trying to think what exactly would help. If you're trying to do a low budget version, I would recommend going with EVA foam. And if you're cool with rubberizing your stuff, I would recommend using Plasti Dip. That would be the best thing to use to rubberize your armor. You can't just spray paint on top of EVA foam. If you can't put any kind of spray or rubberizer on top of your EVA foam, I highly recommend this paint called FX paint from Plaid. It's essentially paint mixed with white glue. So if you don't have any in your area, it's 2 parts white glue, 1 part paint, but make sure it's a high pigment paint. Make sure you mix it really well with each other and continue shaking it because it can separate. But yeah, you can put that on your armor instead. Yeah. And then in like for those armors, majority of the things you would need to do in order to make patterns for that, it's really simple. It's just like wrapping your arm in plastic, like from a grocery bag, and then wrapping that with either packing tape or masking tape, drawing the design on your arm, and then cutting your arm back out of it, finishing up all the details, cutting that out, transferring that over to foam. And then depending if it needs to like wrap around your arm or not, giving you like a little bit more space so then you can actually slide your arm in there because of the thickness of your foam. Bam, you're making armor.
That's cool. That's cool.
That's like crash course, but like if you need like more help, highly recommend checking out people like Evil Ted. Evil Ted on YouTube, he's a great resource. And my favorite thing about him is that he popped up right around the time that I was going crazy sending people the exact same message over and over and over again. And his method was almost exactly the same as mine. So I'm like, just go look at him. I'll be back. Like,
no, dude, that's cool. I'd never do that. You know, we could dream. We could dream. Go ahead, Grayson. Dude, tell us. Tell us what you're.
Dude, I have 2, right? So my main one is like a million years, probably either Gavon or Scheider. Yeah, like but the dream would be Garo. Like,
that's mine too.
Bro, I think that's everyone's dream. Bro, I've seen on Etsy someone with a Garo cosplay, and I'm like, Lord have mercy.
And they're selling it for like $5,000.
Bro, I would do things for that $5,000. I'm not even gonna lie. Bro, listen, I would throw myself onto every sugar mama in the fucking villages. All right, like for $5,000 for a fucking Garo cosplay. Hey babe, how did you get that gold suit? You really want to know? Listen, I fucked a bunch of old white people and they gave me some money. Bro, like I don't know, bro, like. Bro, that CSM stuff, man, that shit, like...
I love how Bandai's like, we have 5 CSM things available for you now, and everyone's like, motherfucker, do you really expect us to be making $1,000 extra every month? You're right, but fuck you. Like...
Collectibles doesn't make it any easier if they're paying with their payment plan option, because that's because then you get the item, right? You get the item, and then once it ships, once you get it, the payment plan starts. So you get it, and it's like then you gotta start pay off monthly, and it's like pleasure at what cost?
And then, God forbid, there's an issue with any of these, and they can't do a recall for something like, I don't know, a pin not firing the right way, and they're just like, yeah, here's how you fix it yourself. Okay, bye. Oh, I should really watch my mouth, or else somebody might be listening, and then I get yelled at again for saying something a little bit too snarky. Uh-oh.
No, but it's happened before.
We're that kind of place. I want you to know we're that place. Like we're that place for you to talk your shit, dude. Like we're that place.
I'm putting the hair down for a little bit. You know what? It's less time for Dusty, and it's more time for the cooler Dusty.
Okay, this man's feeling it a little bit. Okay, the juice is hitting me.
No, dude, the juice hit like a half hour ago, and I just took another cup of it, and I'm out now. I'm currently out of the juice. I can make more juice, but I think that would be an unwise decision because I'm technically public right now.
Bro, Bro, you know, speaking of juice, you know who's back on? You know who's on fucking TikTok now? Oh shit, it's Zach. You know who's back on TikTok now? Fucking OJ Simpson.
Yo, yes, OJ Spicy on TikTok. Hey, what's up, Zach?
OJ's on TikTok.
Hold up.
How are you doing, Zach? Man, you good? What's good? What's going on in the Down Bros Dad universe?
Oh yeah.
I had to put my glasses in front of these because these are prescription. Yeah, the Garo suit, man. That's like everybody's dream suit. I actually was my first trip to Japan. I actually went before my wife ended up getting out there, or now wife got out there, and I was taking her to go see the Tamashii Nations like temporary store because they had this really cool rider display with like every year and the rider next to it. We turned the corner to actually walk in there, and the display is gone. It's just a fucking Garo suit standing there, and I was just like, oh my god! Like I'm practically screaming like loud as hell, being an absolute idiot in the middle of Akihabara. But bro, I guess they're just used to it at that point because it's Akihabara. But
bro, I would be
the same. I want to find those pictures. I don't know what I did with them. See if I can find them real quick.
Bro, if I told myself that like if I saw any of that shit in person, I don't know what I would do with myself. Like I don't know. I don't know what I would do. I'm the one exhibit I'm really dying to see is the Mazinger Devilman, the Go to Guy exhibit for the 50th anniversary.
I wanted to get out to that and missed all of it. Like I just couldn't get out to it.
Bro, I fucking love Mazinger's bro. Oh my god, one of my favorites. No one realizes too the impact of like Ishikawa and the guy's works has on like this genre though. Like Getter Robo really set everything in motion for everything.
Yeah,
dude. Getter Robo really did a lot. I think it's one of those more fun shows too.
Bro,
also, what's his name? Aniki. Rest in peace, my guy. Ichiro Mizuki. He did a lot of theme songs for a lot of those shows and Subtoku stuff too.
Jam Project.
Bummed me out. Jam Project. Oh god,
happy
Jam Project.
6-year anniversary to my boy, man. Happy 6-year anniversary.
My boy is piping, bro. My boy is clapping cheeks.
That's terrible.
I love you, Zach.
Secured my Shin Kamen Rider tickets. Very good for all of you.
Listen,
I went through Fandango.
Yeah, dude. Listen, everybody's gonna have a really great time at that premiere. I feel like what Ano did. Hell yeah, dude! If you don't cry, you're weird. If you don't cry,
I can't wait for all the salty tweets because there's gonna be some people that ain't no shit and they're gonna start talking like they do, and I'm just gonna have to sit there and keep my mouth shut like it did when people started putting spoilers online.
I'm gonna jaws them. Listen, here's my plan for those. We'll kidnap them all. I'm gonna jaws them. I'm gonna jaws of life them, and make them watch every single episode of Evangelion until they realize the vision of Hideki, and then once and make them watch everything of Evangelion. we finished the episode. We finished the last episode. I stand before them and I'm like, this is the vision.
I can
Now,
tell
do
you
you
right
understand?
now, Shin Kamen Rider is probably the best movie that Ano's done, and that's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, you know what? I might be able to agree with that.
Yeah, like next to Ultraman.
I was gonna say because like he also did that Cutie Honey movie and that shit is fun if you haven't seen that.
Yeah,
Bro,
no one talks about that.
I haven't seen that yet.
That
I
movie's
haven't
fire.
seen Shin Cutie Honey.
Dude,
Really?
the first fight scene in Shin Cutie Honey fucking tickles me pink every goddamn time I see it because there's a scene where she's straight up kicking and punching guys and like, you know when you see like a goon like fly off into the air after getting their ass kicked in an anime? The way this guy is able to do it in live action is he made dolls that are about like a foot tall that look just like the dudes that were getting their asses beat. They angled the camera towards the sky, and this motherfucker was standing next to the camera just chucking them. In the camera, it looks like a dude flying, like literally flying off, and it's funny as shit.
Actually, you know, what sucks is that Shin Cutie Honey actually like no one even talks about it because it was released what 07, 08?
04.
04,
Yeah.
yeah, and no one talks about that. But dude, all I'm gonna tell you is this: Hideki Anno, and we are definitely his fanboys, but we would let everybody know that that boy really puts the fuck on, and we don't, yeah, dude, respect my guy.
He puts it on, but like we also have to give respect to like everybody else that has to work with him too. And I'm not trying to be like, oh, he's the worst to work for. He's not an easy guy to work for because the guy wants specific things, you know.
Well, no, the guy's a genius. That's why.
Oh yeah.
Like the guy is like, the guy is not like a perfect person. Like he's the most genius people in the world are often the most difficult to fucking work with. Are you kidding me? Like it's really like
him and Hamazaki are probably so annoying, bro. You have no idea. Him and Hamazaki are probably so annoying, but they have a vision, and it's like fuck.
There's actually a couple specials of those two hanging out with each other. And it's so funny because they just give each other shit back and forth. Like they're hanging out with each other for a day, and they're just like, "Oh man, that reminds me of this movie when we did this." Oh yeah, I remember you missed this one frame. Dude, they're just shitting on each other. It's like two old guys like purposely like roasting each other for like half an hour.
My god! So two old Japanese. Yeah, I love that. I fucking love that.
Yeah,
two old Japanese dudes bickering with each other. I love that.
If we were also gonna talk about like just like fun toku movies that people should see that they probably don't know about, like Cutie Honey. Denshin Zabogar or Karate Robo Zabogar is fucking hysterical.
Why do you know about that?
What, Zabogar?
Why do you know about that? Why do you know about that?
Okay, so it's a weird roundabout way that I know about it, but I'm actually buddies with Furuhara.
Okay, cool.
He's Gohan Red from Gohan, sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's in that movie. And, like, yeah.
Dude,
I messaged him on Facebook like in 2009, 2010, and he added me as a friend, and I was like, "That's really cool." And then just recently on Twitter, he was just like, "Hey, are you this guy?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he goes, "Okay, cool, follow." And I'm like, "Cool, glad to be back."
Listen, understand? He probably is the only Red that is like so like, okay, cool. You're this guy, I'm that guy. How are you? And it's
dude,
funny.
he's so chill.
And he knows it too, and that's why like guys like Five interact with him so much because like he's like, yeah, I did this at this point, and that's cool. Thanks for liking me. Will you like my other stuff too? You like my other stuff too?
Yeah, well, I mean, like he collaborates with everybody. Like if they're looking for a new Sentai ambassador, Furuhara would be my pick. But I'm never gonna get over the face he makes in that Zabogar movie. Have you guys seen Zabogar?
No, I haven't.
Yeah, I've seen it twice. Yeah, I've seen it twice.
All right, break. I'm going to mention one scene. Listen to our friend's reaction, all right? Remember the cave scene? See, that's all I got to mention. It's probably one of the funniest parts of the whole damn movie.
Hold on. I'm going to look this up. Hold on. How do you spell it?
Oh, my God. Zabogar. It's like Z-A-B-O...
How I discovered that movie was like a random.
Oh, I've definitely seen a picture of that before. I know now.
But no one talks about that at all. Like, there's so much toku. There's so many there's like a lot of actors that have like range that we don't talk about, and sometimes you have to follow an actor to see what they do. Because who else? has like a really good like lineup beyond their Toku
Johnny
presentation.
Bosch. Johnny Bosch.
That man is a god on everything, but I don't really call him a. But
Yeah.
Are you talking about like of like things like outside of like Japan or like just Toku like in Japan? Because like there's some folks who have done Toku and they ended up being way bigger than the Toku they were in. Like, I mean, there's always Joe Nagiri, which like I see him pop up and things, and I'm like, just come back to Kuga, just do like 20 minutes. It'll be like
dude,
one day
Joe,
of your life. What the fuck?
I don't know what Toei did to Joe, but Joe will not come back at all.
Oh, okay. They didn't do anything to him. I think it's just very basically he's not that crazy about tokusatsu, and that's okay. And he's also just like, if he has to do another thing like that, he wants it to be something that like resonates, like something where he's like, yeah, I would love to do that as that character again. And like
basically, if Joe comes back, we're gonna like have like a broken Yusuke. Like,
or we're gonna have a guy that needs a paycheck desperately, one or the other.
Yeah.
Both, but we're gonna literally just like have this. No, so dude, hear me out. If they did what they did to Kamen Rider Black in Amazons, I'll bet you Joe would come back for that shit, and I bet you like Kuga, like in a darker form, probably would be that man's bag.
SIC Kuga.
We have SIC Kuga at home. SIC Kuga at home is just the Kamen Rider Kuga manga with a mistranslation that everyone got really upset about. That really wasn't that big a deal, but go off.
I didn't buy it, and I kind of am glad I didn't, but I still need to. But it's okay.
Like the revision is a really decent revision, and I appreciate them going out of their way to be like, "Hey, we fixed it." But on the other hand, though, it's one of those things where it's like, that manga is really not bad, and I'm so bummed out that everyone was more focused on the spelling than they were the content. And that's like, oof to me.
Zach, you listen to me. We need more sad Kuga. Kuga is a heartbreaking story. And really, technically, Godai should have died, but we're not going to talk about that here because that's not the place for that. But Godai shouldn't be dead. That's all I'm going to say.
Well, it's also Toshiki Inoue writing the manga, and I really like the manga, and I like Toshiki Inoue.
Yeah. But listen to me.
Speaking of Toshiki Inoue, that Fies movie, woo!
But listen, am I happy that he ended up, spoiler alert, on the beach in Brazil playing soccer with a bunch of kids? Yeah. Always happy for that ending. Always.
Hey man, better than playing, better than juggling in front of some crying kid at Narita Airport.
Oh my god, dude! I hate you.
I got like 2 steps off of the plane, or out of the airport when I first got out there, and I like looked around and I was like, "Oh, where the buses are, that's where Godai was standing. Damn, that's cool." Yeah. Click.
Well,
all right, the train's downstairs, and then
I feel like right now we're in a good place because of all the Amazon exclusive series. We either could get like
one of them now.
A really good Hibiki. I feel like a Hibiki remake would be fire in that aspect because Hibiki's supposed to be like really dark and gritty. LOL. But yeah, we got a lot of stuff to look forward to. But actually, we probably need to get like a stronger would be crazy. Dude,
okay, I appreciate like the idea for going for stronger, but I'll tell us exactly what we need. I know exactly what we need if we're going for like another one of those Amazon kind of series. Can we get a Legend 7 movie? There's a movie that's been out for a long ass time. It's called Kamen Rider Megamax, and like all things considered, as much as I love O's and Forze, the coolest parts about that movie is when the Legend 7 shows up and they do like all of their old Showa like attacks, but like in modern effects. Yeah. All brought to you gloriously through the amazing direction of Koichi Sakamoto, you absolute mad lad.
So
I want that whole like sequence as like a 13 episode mini series. Yeah.
Remember the legendary? Okay, so remember the Legendary 7? But it was like a Thai movie. Do you remember that?
Yes.
Oh yeah, yeah, and it's like they fight like Frankenstein's monster or something.
Yeah, I would love to have like the original 7.
Oh no, Hanuman. Hanuman is what you're talking about.
Yes.
It has that. Yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about because they get big.
And like they're fighting in like the ruins and stuff. That fight is crazy. Yeah. It's like someone's like throwing down the ruins with like a bunch of grunts, and it's sick.
if you want to see ruins like that, there's a city in Thailand called Chiang Mai. It's in the northwesternmost area of the country. In the center of their like downtown area is like this whole like ancient ruins thing that they don't fuck with. But they're like, yeah, that shit's like 5,000 years old. And everyone's like, but the Earth's only 2,000 years old. And they're like, to Christians. And then they spit in their spittoon. But they use like a weird Southern Thai accent. Cop.
No, but exactly, dude. Like, I feel like those weird Thai. Okay, so Indonesia, I can tell you about this. So Indonesia has like the oddest pocket of Toku because the fan base is so gnarly. But
don't they have like Bima and stuff like that?
Yes.
Yeah.
They don't interact with like American Toku fans well.
No,
I don't blame them
at all. Yo, we're gonna stop here.
It's a combination of we suck, but it's also a combination of like, yo, history's a bitch. Yeah, I don't like. There's a reason why I say I don't blame them. Like, it's not just because I know how brutal we can be as just fans. It's also just like I said, history's a bitch.
No, you're not wrong about that though. But like, due to like some like Toku interactions, we're just gonna leave it at
Gavin, I know Metal Heroes is fucking huge in the Philippines too. Both these five.
Yo, I want to see that so bad. I want to see that super bad.
Wait, have you never watched it? It's on.
No,
it's on Amazon. It's on Amazon Prime. It's on Amazon Prime, bro. And 2v2 is free.
What? Bro, okay, all right. Hold on, I'm adding it to my list right now. Hold on. Damn, I had no idea. I didn't know it was out.
Yeah, dude. Vault V has been out for a minute, dude.
No, the new movie.
Yeah, no, I've seen the show. I'm talking about the new movie.
Okay. I'm sorry. I was like, you guys didn't watch the show yet? Like, it's been around.
No, I've seen the show. Like, are you telling me I need to fire up a court? Because apparently kids can't do that nowadays, but I can. So, like, where do we go?
But there's a Vault V movie, like an actual like live action.
The Philippines, what they're doing in the Philippines, dude. Like that shit is their Power Rangers over there. The Philippines,
I don't know why, but you guys just reminded me of this really awkward thing that happened at a convention for me a couple years back. I think it was like 2016, 2015. No, it's 2016 because I was dressed as the Buff Ichigo. Steve Cardenas was at a convention I was at, and I did not recognize Steve at all. Mostly because, it's been forever since I watched like Power Rangers Turbo or any of that stuff. And like, to be fair to him, he had his stuff all around him, but like my brain's just kind of really good at like, if it sees like a Tyranno red helmet, it just kind of blurs it out. So it's like, don't focus on that. Focus on the other stuff around. You're tired of MMPR. And he sees me, comes out of his way to come up, and he goes, yo, what up, man? We helped you in those episodes. And like, again, I don't remember who this guy is. So I'm just like, what the fuck? Who are you? Why are you talking to me? And I kind of made like, I think I unintentionally was. I think I gaslit Steve Cardenas. I was like, dude, I don't know what show you're talking about. What are you on? Like, me, Kamen Rider? What are you talking? What? And like, I walked away from it, and then like, Katie, she's like, puts two and two together, and she comes up to me. She goes, Dustin, that was Steve. He was the Red Ranger in the episodes where he met Masked Rider, and I'm like, oh, and I've been like too awkward to go up and say hi to him ever since.
The Curb Your Enthusiasm music plays in the background.
Which is like, credit to Steve, because he went out of his way to be like, yo, you're a Kamen Rider. I was at a TV show with a Kamen Rider, and my ass was like, no, you weren't. Bye-bye. Like,
but shout out to Steve and the rest of the Power Ranger actors that actually really love this shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they really appreciate this shit for what it is, and you gotta respect that. You know, like it's hard.
And Steve, if you see this, I'm sorry, man. My bad. If I ever see you again in Raleigh specifically, Steve, I'll holler at you, and I'll take a picture with you as Kamen Rider if you really want that.
I mean, but also, I think it's cool that we actually have gotten to the point to where the fans have gotten more mature to some extent, but also the actors are too. and I feel that we have to like also take care of them more, and they take care of us more. But you're laughing, I know.
I don't think it's the actors being more mature. I think the actors are just like, what's that? That's a new defense mechanism? Okay, yeah, sure. I'll start watching these shows if it means I don't have somebody yelling at me about something I don't know for 5 more minutes again.
Hey, you know what? What's that video? I really need a con right now. I need it. I need a con right now. I really need a con right now. Yeah, shout out to Amy Jo Johnson.
Oh, bro.
Oh, that poor woman.
Kimberly sucks. Kimberly sucks. I'm sorry.
Agony and Pink. Agony and Pink.
Dude.
I'm sitting over here like, I thought only I knew that. Oh man.
Oh no! I read it. I made on my first podcast appearance on a Henchman Homies. I said I want to bring back Gilbert Gottfried from the dead, reanimate him, and have him read Agony and Pink. And I think that would end all world wars. I would have
actually. You know what's crazy is that like, why can we still actually have access to that form and still go back to it? Like, why is that form still up? Like,
it's a
why
Wattpad.
Like the actual form, you can actually like go back and interact. Like, not interact, but you can like read everything, and like it's weird because like people are like, "What is this?" And then people are like, "This is kind of hot. Is this bad?" And I'm just like, "This was 94, 95. Like, what's going on?" But
bro,
yeah, I read
that
Agony. Yeah, but I read Agony in pink and yellow, and I regret it to this day.
There's a yellow?
Yeah, so I made a copycat.
Who is it with? Aisha or Trini? Just please.
So I worked this one convention, and I worked with Robert Axelrod, and he was my he was my guest that I handled, and I took him by.
Oh. I remember you telling me. I remember you said that story. I remember you posted that story.
I posted that story a little while ago. I don't know why I remembered it. I think it's just my natural innate ability to be like, holy shit, let's change the topic.
Yeah.
No, you're smart man. But actually, my question is this.
What's up?
You seem to be really positive about cons. Why is it important for fans to go to conventions? Like, tell me why.
So I never would have known there was other people out there that really liked the stuff I liked. Yes. Like, sure, you can find them online posting in places, but like a bunch of text posted up in like a paragraph somewhere isn't as impactful as like a face that's speaking and saying like, oh my God, I love this. Or somebody running up to you and being like, oh my God, you like this? It's conventions are kind of like Twitter if Twitter didn't fucking suck all the time.
Yeah.
And like you know how like you get those tweets where you're like, haha, this website's free. Imagine that, but you're paying $60.
So I have a con story. And
there's a store, and the store has stuff you would never usually be able to find, like 1994 reproductions of Kamen Rider Fi's Velts and stuff like that, you know. Or bootleg copies of shows that you can watch for free right now. Holy shit.
Bro, I have a great con story though. I went to Ranger Stop this past year actually.
I haven't been in a long time, but I hope it's going well.
It was actually really fun. So I hung out with Vaughn Cooper. And
I love Vaughn. Vaughn's cool as hell.
Bro, Vaughn's one of my favorite people. So we were at the fucking bar.
Vaughn's good people.
We were watching. Yeah, I love him. We were watching the UFC fights at the bar. In comes in Ken Scott Jr., and Ernie Reyes Jr. into this fucking bar. We're like, oh shit. And everyone's watching UFC fights. So now you have Ernie Reyes just fucking walking in, and no one knows who this man is. No one realizes that's like Ernie Reyes. This little old Filipino dude can knock everyone out in like under like 5 minutes in a room. Like and he came over and it was really fucking cool. Like I love Ernie. Ernie was really nice. He came over and watched fights with us and shit too. He offered us alcohol. He offered me. I don't drink, so I said no. I mean, I felt bad about saying no by turning a shot down from Ernie Reyes Jr. But like.
I don't think I've ever told my first Power Morphicons like alcohol stories publicly. I guess I'll share them because I don't remember if I have. But okay, so do you guys remember Hedge and Justice?
Yeah,
Keith. Yeah,
Keith Justice. So like Keith was at this event, and this is my first time meeting him, and like we had a really great time that weekend. I met him and I met Paula, and Paula was at the time the editor-in-chief for Tokusatsu Network. I still have her card in my old wallet. It's crazy. I found that the other day. Anyways, we all had soju, and got really, really fucked up. I was there with Ivory too. Ivory from Regio Nihon, Riders, Rangers, Rambles, way back in the day.
Yes.
So we go back to the convention and we find out, oh, hey, the hotel bar opened up because they realize there's a convention going on, and that's where most of the actors and everything are. So we're like, all right, cool. So we go in there, we sit. Keith takes a seat, and then like almost like without skipping a fucking beat, Dan Southworth comes in. He sees Keith, and they're already friends with each other. So Dan Southworth comes stepping in, gets all hot, crazy, comes in, arms over Keith, and then pinching nipples immediately. And Keith is sitting there like, what the fuck is happening? And I'm howling because the Quantum Ranger just came out of nowhere and started pinching this dude's nips. And then 2 seconds later, Jason Narvi and Paul Schreier walked in, Bulk and Skull. And our buddy Wheelchair was with us. Wheelchair 21. I think he's still on Twitter, still talking around. Hey, Bobby. He was wheeling himself in, and then like at the same time that Narvi is coming over with a bunch of tequila, he's like handing everyone tequila. He doesn't realize that he's trying to pass tequila shots over Bobby, and he's like spilling drinks on him. So he's like, I don't care. I'm getting tequila baptized by Bulk and Skull. This is the best day of my life. And that was also like, I was 21, so I'm pretty sure there's a lot of other stuff that happened, but I drank so much that night, I don't actually remember the next morning.
Hey, blacking out's cool. Blacking out.
Hey, man, that's the only time I ever did.
Oh, I smoked. Roger Velasco hit a blinker off my dab pen, and it was the greatest thing ever. I was at one of the
I got a story about smoking with a Power Ranger. Oh no, I forgot about that.
Let's hear about that. Now that's a story I need to hear. Who? So who was it? Who was it?
Okay, all right. No, I'll tell the story, but like I'm gonna be completely honest with y'all. Do not hound this guy because like I don't know if he wants to do this shit all the fucking time. But like this is a really fucking funny night. This is at a Ranger stop. My first Ranger stop. This is a while ago. We had this hotel party. It got a little bit busy, a little bit bumping. We got a phone call that one of the actors wanted to come hang out. Door opens up, in comes walking Walter Jones. And Walter's like, cool as fuck. We're all in there having drinks and partying, and it's a good time. So Walt kind of like nonchalantly is like, hey, who wants to go outside and smoke? And like everybody that smoked cigarettes was just like, oh, what's that? I can out myself. All right, let's go. So like everyone goes outside to go smoke, and he's like smoking with everybody else that's smoking. And then like everyone that smoked a cigarette got bored and like, left, right? And I'm standing out there like, he would have went inside. He knows what he's talking about. Is he about to do what I think he's about to do? And he like looks over at me and a couple other people because like we have our stuff and we were already doing our thing. And he like walks over and he pulls out this little tiny green baggie. And he's like, if y'all cool if I share? And I'm like, why don't you turn it to the Green Ranger? And he just kind of like starts like bending over, slapping his knees and shit. So we were all having a good time sitting out there smoking outside of the hotel. And then this girl's like flirting with him a little bit, right? And then Walt's like doing his thing. And like, if you guys don't know Walt, when he gets like a girl that's like actually trying to get his attention, he's like, how you doing? What up? You want to see me backflip? I can backflip. I can backflip and dance. I can do both at the same. Like that's he's funny as hell. But like this girl's like thinking about it, but like hemming and hawing about it, and he's like playing like that. You know what? You know where to find me if you're interested. And she like walks away. And she's like standing there just like, man, I can't believe this just happened. And I'm like, why didn't you go for it? And she's like, that man is as old as my father. And I'm like, how old are you? And she's like, I am 19 years old. And I'm like, holy shit. Right?
That's a Black Ranger.
Right. This is what killed me though. Another guy in the group like walks up in between all this, and he seems like he was a little bit more on the derp side of the fandom. And he comes up and he goes, I don't know what's wrong with you. I wouldn't have skipped the beat. I totally would have rid the mastodon and like walked away. And I'm sitting there like losing my fucking mind.
I am dead. I would have ridden the mastodon.
Ridden the mastodon. Like, but specifically with that weird like lisp in the middle of it, like. There's not a lot of things that'll get me like on the ground, like slapping the floor because I'm laughing too fucking hard. That was one of those nights for sure. And then immediately after that, I was stumbling back. I was fucking drunk at this point too. We sat outside, we're chilling a little bit longer before we walked in. And then who's Michael something, the guy that played Time Force Blue?
Copan.
Yeah, Michael Copan. Dude, he came stumbling out of a truck, or not truck, like a taxi, like van thing. turns around and he pulls out this blonde chick who I later find out is Sierra, the chick that played Super Mega Force Yellow. And they're like half stumbling in, practically falling over onto us into the hotel. And we just kind of like look at each other. And I kind of like look at him. And then that same weird dude is like still behind us, like just like making jokes, right? And he's just kind of like, whatever, goes back to the room. Next morning, I see this guy, the Mastodon joke dude. He's buying a Sierra Mist. He's like, I'm gonna leave this on his table. And I'm like, why are you gonna leave him a Sierra Mist? And he goes, did you not see him last night? He's thirsty.
That's sick. That's awesome. No, but to let everybody know, Time Force hates me because I went to college not too far from Virginia Beach.
He hates the educated.
I screamed at him, it's time for Time Force, in like a moving car. And he looked at me and grilled the fuck out of me. So he hates me forever. And for some reason, since I brings that shit up every year. Every couple of months. That, like,
hey man, he might have taken it a little bit too seriously. Maybe there was actual danger he needed to be looking out for. Or maybe he missed his cue and he's upset.
He was in That's So Raven too. He was Boys in Motion too.
Oh my god. He was a Scorpion King?
Yeah. One of them, yeah.
Oh, the second one. Gotcha.
Yeah, no. But he actually... No, but that joke is so funny because like he actually had like a dojo down there. I don't know if it's still active or not though, but like he actually, I didn't even know he even like was specialized in martial arts, but he is.
You are welcome in this dojo.
You know who I want to smoke with? Like I would smoke. I mean like I totally want like because I think he's a complete old head. I would totally want to smoke with Narvi and Schreier. I think. Those dudes.
I have another story about them I completely forgot about. Holy shit.
Okay, let's hear it.
Okay, so this is like my second or third Morphicon at this point. I think this was like 2016. So like the last one I did before the pandemic for sure. And Narvi was just like, he was sitting down. He was tired. He looked beat, right? And like I got close to like trying to be like, you good? You need like water or anything like that? And before I can even get to that point, this group of kids start walking up and talking to him, and they start doing the whole ba 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 like that song in front of him, like a cappella practically. And this man looked like he was like his body was there, but his mind was gone. It was like an IRL equivalent of the Stu, what are you doing? It's 4 a.m. And he's like, I'm making pudding. I've lost control of my life. That kind of like look on his face. And then like these kids like wrap up, and he's just like, that was really cool, y'all. Thank you. And then they kind of like walk away, and I'm just watching at this point, and like they finally walk away. I see him finally put his head down. He's like, just like kind of like one of those breathers. And then Polly walks up and he goes, "You good to go?" And he pops up like all the energy in the world, like, "Yeah, let's do it." And like, I think I just saw that man try to decompress for like 2 seconds, got completely sidetracked. Finally got a second to decompress, and then finally, at the minute he had another chance to relax, he had to go back and get back to work again. And God bless you, Jason.
I would say cons are a bitch, though. I would say cons are a bitch. 100%.
They can be. You get some strange folks.
Bro, I went to Ranger Stop, bro. I saw some weirdos. Like, I don't know. But what time is it? Shit, we've been on here for almost 90 minutes. I think we might actually end up wrapping up soon.
Okay. I mean, you guys want me to come back again? I can always shoot the shit whenever. Usually.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Thank you for even offering that. That's so cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thanks for being with us. Nice interacting with you, man. 100%.
Oh yeah, and then like this was fun. I'm sure we got plenty of other questions we get to from work, cosplay, and 3D printing stuff too. But just being able to shoot the shit and also not having to be like overly nervous about like keeping like everything super friendly because oh my god,
we're not about that.
It's I gotta be real though because like I know this is gonna be a little bit jarring for some people seeing me talking like this like all night, but like for real, the reason why I try to keep it super friendly is because I'm trying to make all this kind of stuff accessible to everybody. So it's not because like he's trying to be a shill and get things easier for him sponsor way. No, it's literally I'm trying to make it easy so then if you're a kid or an elderly person, you can still understand what I'm trying to teach y'all. So
yeah,
sometimes you just got to be nice and just that,
exactly,
and it's okay.
Exactly.
But I know at a party when it's time to party and it says house party, so like
that's kind of the thing, yeah.
Yeah. I'm trash right now, so this is a great time.
I mean, I just texted my wife being like, you're gonna have to come pick me up and you're gonna have to come pick up the car. And she's like, how am I gonna do that with one set of keys of one person? And I was like, I don't know, call your husband.
That's great. So I have a question. How many times have you fallen asleep in your office already?
In this office, since
how
I've
many
gotten
times
here in October, I think I've slept in this room probably at least 5 or 6 times at this point.
Yeah, that's your
crazy.
office. Yeah, that's your office. 'Cause-
Oh, it's hell of my office. Like you haven't lived until like you slept in here one night just because you fell asleep laying back, and then the door next to you opens and it's the cleaning lady for the other office being like, "Oh, sorry, this is usually where I have lunch," and I'm like, "That's okay. This is where I have naps," and that's the last time I ever saw her.
Damn.
Yeah, well, it's because they moved out, so they don't need somebody cleaning
yeah.
outside anymore, and the door's been locked up now ever since then. But like,
That's super
yeah, I think I went right
frustrating.
back to sleep now that I think about it.
It's like, damn, this bitch was in here the whole time.
No. It's just like she went to that room and like opened up from the other side, which I had no idea until she opened that door that door could be opened from the other side. It was locked on my side.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
That's so
but
crazy.
yeah, I know it's crazy. If she really cared about 3D printing, she could have had like 5 printers and like been out of here,
Yeah, it's
and
scary.
I would have been like hella screwed over. But yeah,
Listen, guys, everyone who came to watch tonight, thank you. Dude, this is a great fucking episode. This was so much fun. We're definitely gonna have you on again in the near future.
Yeah.
Hit us up.
well, this was episode 5, right? So I should come back for episode 10. How about that?
Yeah.
Catch me every 5. Catch me every 5. How about that?
Wait, is this 5? Oh, dude,
Yeah.
it's number 5. Oh,
Yeah.
it's number 5.
50
Okay, so-
subscribers too.
Hey, I wonder who number 50 was. You guys should like make him a more regular member,
I know.
like every 5 episodes or something.
I know.
Every 5 episodes just pop up like, hey, dude, what's up?
Oh, just passing through. No mind. What do you guys want to talk about today? Okay, sure. I can talk about that for half an hour.
Oh, no,
Yeah,
you
let's do it.
fucking said it. I hate you, Dustin. You fucking said it.
What did I
You
say?
said it. You heard
What'd
he
I say?
said? You heard he said? I hate you. I hate you.
What'd I do?
hate you. You're just a rite of passage.
Yeah, I heard that decade.
Wait, what? Hold on, I'm confused. What did I miss?
I hate you so much. Oh, I'm just a writer passing through. All right, guys. With that said, it's been a lovely night. Thank you for having us. This guy has to get somewhere. He has to cave in the guy's chest. We can't keep him from doing his job. I hate you so much. No, but this is really good. Thank you, dude, so much. It's super late. Jesus, yeah.
Yeah, it is. And then, like, just to throw out one more thing out there, if you're into tokusatsu and you want to know another thing I'm into, I love Star Trek. Star Trek's pretty dope. Go watch some fucking Star Trek, because if you like Toku, you'll probably love Star Trek too. Okay, bye.
I need to. Good night, guys. All right, hold on.
My wife's bringing food.